not know anything about it. That's the problem with deep water surveying. When they start to go into the near shore, which we're fighting really hard right now, that would be a whole different set of circumstances. But it is very difficult to know in deep offshore waters what's going on. They know it.
Excuse me, does anybody know of an acoustic specialist that has hydrophone equipment that could go out there and monitor them?
Yeah, because
we would love to know if have somebody that could do that.
And we don't have a lot of money. I mean, we don't have big money funders.
Yeah.
And so right now we have ads going into the newspaper and stuff like that. So yeah, so more, yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, Mandy, Michelle, thank you. Thank you for a great presentation. I know by looking at that, there's a ton of hours behind that. So appreciate your diligence. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the proposed business model from the people doing the installation. So I haven't quite grasped what the return on investment is. How are they going to extract an ROI out of that at 125 billion full industrialization? You know, I'm not clear what that looks like.
Neither am I.
And we didn't talk about all the transmission lines. That's going to be another $41 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and Michelle, I can.
Nicole.
Oh, I'm sorry. I called you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries.
I apologize, Nicole. I apologize.
I think they're anticipating that we're going to pay for it. Most of
Well,
it.
Okay.
yeah,
That's a lot of the transmissions and the port stuff.
all of that is we're paying for.
The taxpayers are subsidizing that.
Yeah, that's why that slide there, I say, subsidies
It's
is
called
the
executive
right
order.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to tie back into the grant money, going back into the environmental groups as well. Part of what I see just in other areas is that if fossil fuels are a dying industry, they've got to make revenue doing something else to satisfy their shareholders. So is their donation strategy just for fluff, or are they actually building out a new economy for themselves so they don't fall apart? So I'm trying to understand, because is it all bad or is it not all bad? Is what I'm trying to get to. Because
Well, they're bailing out on the East Coast right and left because they're realizing there isn't any money in it. Is their demand, because it's costing so much money that they just had 3 of them bail out this last week up in New York.
who bailed? I don't mean specifically. Was it a petroleum company?
Three wind companies that had leases.
Okay,
in New York.
that's what I'm trying to
From
understand.
what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, GE was the one developing the turbines,
The generators.
and they determined that it was just not going to work because they need to be so big to get the price where they need the price.
Yeah,
to
that's
be.
what I'm trying to figure out.
And
Is
it's
where's
just
the
not
business
feasible.
model? I don't
Right.
see one yet.
Well, yeah, and here's
That's right.
the nexus, and it's the reason why I
It's
talked about it.
confusing.
Well, it's actually not that confusing
Okay.
to a very large degree. That they are making money because they are highly invested in the wind industry, and they're making money off of the subsidies, and they are making money off of, what all of these wind companies are. But here is what people are not looking at, is because wind is so variable and it is so unreliable, what it is doing, and this is proven to be the fact in Europe, is when those in really bad weather, if they can't, there's so many different
Too
variables.
windy, no
Too windy,
wind.
all kinds of things. But bottom line, that is, they basically are running pretty much at an average of maybe 40% of the time. When those wind turbines cannot run and they have high need for energy, what they're finding is they are needing to keep the old fossil fuel-based energy plants ready to run as peaker plants. So what's happening is not only are they divesting or they're investing in wind energy, but they are also making money on the other side because they know that wind energy is so variable and it's so unreliable that their fossil fuel plants are going to be kept running. So they are literally making money on the fossil fuel plants. They're making money from the subsidies on the wind. Makes sense?
That helps.
Okay,
That-
thank you. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna
Yeah,
ask
you go
somebody else.
through.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah.
Do you guys know the name of the law firm that is behind the fisherman lawsuit?
Yeah, yeah, it's, Bill Walter.
Bill who?
Bill Walter, William S. Walter.
William S. Walter, okay.
Okay, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, I just
We
have
just-
a question. Have they chosen our area and I guess also up around Eureka because we're conducive geographically to this, or because we're small potatoes and they think we can't fight back, so they don't choose LA or San Francisco or San Diego?
I would have to say it's probably both. But because we have the grid, because we have the infrastructure, because we have been a center for energy in the past, it makes it a lot easier for them.
Can we talk about the lawsuit and the
Yeah.
Hang on, let's finish the question first. Yeah. Any more questions?
that was a good
Yeah, but she's gonna go into detail, so I
just
wanted
wanted to know,
to.
who is supposed to be monitoring? That's what happened at the Earth Day of all, I have the climate people connect me, and they were all saying, oh, it's all being monitored. Well, who is
They're supposed to be hiring
and how can we
independent
prove that they're
monitors.
not being?
We can't, and that's something that we want to address with the CCC when their meeting is happening on the 10th.
So should they have to prove that they're being?
They don't, yeah, they should have to, but they don't have
They
to.
have to push that.
There is no proof, and there is no proof for any of this,
Do we have any of our local or state or national representatives that are on our side? I mean, it seems like everybody's jumped on this horrible bandwagon.
Yeah, it's really, quite honestly, and I'm just gonna name names, Laird and Carvajal and Addis and a few of the people that have really pushed this. Like I said, it has been an incredibly egregious example of government and corporate spin. And they've done one heck of a job, and so we're trying to play catch up right now, is what it boils down to.
So there's nobody out there who's gonna come in on the white horse and.
We do have our local city council. We have
Yeah.
people who are going, well, not so fast here, trying to put the brakes on.
Yeah,
So we do have that. I think they've chosen not to be very outspoken because they're still trying to stay in good relationships. But I know absolutely we have at least 2 people on our local council. There is if you live in Morro Bay, there is somebody running by the name of Jeff Eccles who said he's opposed to this. If you want to question him, I encourage you to reach out to him. But he's very vocally come out in opposition.
The more we put our voices out there, the more
Yes.
people will say, well, maybe I need to.
okay.
What
we
does
have another
SOB
question?
stand for?
Huh?
Most people don't know what SOB stands for.
Service Operation Vessel.
Vessel.
That's, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that, I should have said that, yeah.
I was just gonna say, I've got my letters ready to go to all of those people.
We'll send them.
Right.
And,
Coastal
yeah, I just got my letter into the CEC. Same letter is pretty much a little bit different, but it's gonna be going to all those people.
So you
And
guys,
I already let Adams
this
know
is
how
really important,
happy I
get
am.
on our website, Andrea is going to be posting where people, what kinds of letters can be written, what meetings there are to go to, and get on our events page
Yeah.
and take a look at that, and who you send your letters to, and which letters, because we have a letter that needs to be sent to the CCC very shortly.
The
That's-
California Coastal Commission.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I keep using all of these acronyms,
Yeah.
and it's really quite confusing. So if there aren't any more questions, Sherry is going to go into the progress of the Fishermen's Association or organization. They're